right off the bat with them jerking it into a fucking cup, chat, and selling it for money. That's hot. Hello, I just wanted to thank you for clicking on my video, and I wanted to let you know not only do I create content in my YouTube channel here, Class in a Glass, but I'm also on Twitch where I play single-player games, multiplayer games, I do movie reviews, cartoon reviews, and a whole bunch of other stuff. Also, it would be a big help if you can check out my Patreon, where you can gain access to audio commentaries, reactions, and the ability to submit questions for my podcasts and videocasts. And all that content can be found in the links below. In the meantime, enjoy the video.
All started with a big bang.
I'm doing a scene by scene breakdown, chat, for the Big Bang Theory, chat. Typically, before I start these, I like to ask you a very important question. That question being, how many of you used to watch or have watched or currently are watching the Big Bang Theory, chat? I'm very curious about this. Chat. Because I watched this show when I was younger, Chad, in the mid-2000s. I was one of those, oh, it's a show, it's about me. And eventually I realized, no, they're just mocking geek culture. That's what it's about. Vanny says the first couple of seasons, and Chris is like, never. I've seen episodes of The Big Bang Theory here and there, but I'm not a big fan of the show, to be honest with you. Dark Story says, seen episodes of it. Brando, there's a massive voter fraud of The Big Bang Theory. Fraud! There you go. No, it's real. It's true. It happened. Now, the most I've seen is a few episodes. There you go. Mr. Travail, yes. Nope. Platinum Way says, nope. Only like 2 random episodes. Bad Shields, woohoo! Is it my first Cyberpunk crash on PC? See, now you know how I felt. I feel like a part of the team now. You do. We were on the same side. This is awesome. D. Carlock, seen the first few episodes, then fell off. Devin watched up till season 3. I think a lot of people like our generation did. We fell off after that. We only watched the 20 minutes of it. There you go. Well, you basically watch a full episode. These are only 22 minutes long. 23 minutes, I think. Clad Marigold, I did. Kaz Faye, low, yes, so long ago. Deadpool, I hated the Big Bang Theory. Alex Bernal, I have not watched this show. Come Hazel, me. Miss Trivial, will you ever review an OnlyFans vid one day? Possibly. Maybe I'll do my own OnlyFans chat. Maybe you'll see that. Maybe you'll see hot, sexy, sweaty pictures of Cher. Maybe me in a Sonic costume. Maybe, chat, me doing a fully voiced version of Sonic High School, chat. Maybe that will happen. On Valentine's Day, chat, 2021, February 14th. Maybe I'll launch that. You'll see. You'll see, chat. Maybe you'll only be able to subscribe for $2, chat. Access all the content. Maybe I'll do porn reviews. We shall see. Many plans in motion, chat. Many plans in motion. His viewers, I know some people hate Chuck Lorre's shows or humor, but some of his work I actually like. 2.5 Men, the Kimisky Method, and Disjointed. The Dub, only one episode. So maybe I haven't seen an episode. James, not a huge Big Bang Theory. So a lot of you have seen it, but I have fallen off of it, chat. A lot of you used to watch it, don't watch it anymore. So we're kind of in the same boat. Yeah, we're kind of in the same boat. Brando, oh, it's not an option. You have to get OnlyFans at some point. I mean, I'm working on it, chat. I might be working on one. You'll see, chat. All shall be revealed come this February. But what I can say, chat, is much like some of the people in the chat have been saying, I used to watch The Big Bang Theory. I admit that, chat. I'm not afraid to admit it. Bazinga! I'm not afraid to admit that I watched the adventures of one Leonard Sheldon, Raj, and the Jewish one, I don't know what his name is, and Penny, chat. What was that other guy's name? What was the Jewish guy? Let me look it up, chat. I don't remember what his name was. Howard Wallowitz, chat. Howard. I used to watch the adventures of one Leonard Sheldon, Howard, Raj, and Penny, chat, for at least, around your, like as you guys said, for at least 3 years. I watched the first 3 seasons. Like, oh, this is fun. But honestly, like, watching this now, you could tell, like, if I imagine there's videos, I think there are videos out there, like, if you watch this show without a laugh track, chat, it is the most painful, awkward thing ever. It's like, ooh. I have to imagine for a lot of these sitcoms they have a laugh track. I can tell you right now, like the last sitcom that had a laugh track that I legitimately thought was really funny and it had a good time, chat. It was like the writing was actually good. Was Everybody Loves Raymond, chat. I loved the story, chat, of Raymond Barone. And Deborah and Robert and Frank got the late, great Peter Boyle, chat. The entire cast, I thought, did such a great job. I really loved the show. It was the last laugh track sitcom that I thought was legitimately really good. There might have been others, chat, but that was the last one that really appealed to me. I had a good time with the chat. But then I did watch Big Bang Theory afterwards. I'm like, oh, this is fun. This is fun. I'm enjoying this. I like the geeky references. I know what they're talking about. It's called, except the science speak. I don't know what the fucking science speak is, chat. All the fucking numbers and the maths. and the science. I don't know what the fuck's going on, but all the geeky stuff. I was like, I know that probably. Then eventually I was like, oh, they're just making fun of geek culture. That's really what it is. They're just making fun of geek culture all the time. They're not just like, oh, they're like, you know, hey, no, we're on your side. It's like, no, just like, hey, we're just pointing at you like you're a fucking freak if you like this. And I just kind of didn't like that. It kind of that wore me down after a while. And the writing just to me just wasn't there for a while. That's a lot of Chuck Lorre's writing, chat. To me, it's very surface level and it's very crass, which I find very annoying. Like the 2.5 Men, like most of the humor, honestly, Chad, in 2.5 Men, Big Bang Theory, and I can't speak to any of the other shows he's ever worked on. Maybe it's the same way, but it's very like sex based. And I'm not like a prude or anything. It's like I don't like sex based humor. That's inappropriate. It's like no, but eventually it just wears you down. So it's like I'm just kind of sick of all this. It's the same fucking references. I want to have sex with the girl next door. It's like again and again and again, and I just get tired of it. Chad. I just can't take it anymore. I think that's what Big Bang Theory became eventually, and like all these characters are just like, Jesus Christ, just grow the fuck up. You're nearly 40 years old. You're nearly 40. Why are you acting this way? It doesn't make any goddamn sense. So I like a lot of people, I was burned out by the writing, and it just really showed what kind of Chuck Lorre's writing process is. It was on full display, chat. And I was like, I don't hate any of the actors. Like some of the actors in this show are legitimately good, chat. Yeah, I can't speak to all of them because I haven't seen them in other things, but like Kaylee Cuoco, who plays Penny, I mean, she's had great success, chat. Outside this, even before this, she did the 8 Simple Rules of about dating my teenage daughter with the late great John Ritter, chat. That was her big claim to fame. Of course, she's currently voicing Harley Quinn in the Harley Quinn animated series. She's a producer on it. She's a writer on it. Does great work. She's in that new series, The Flight Attendant, which everyone's saying is really good. I want to check that out. It's a new HBO Max series. So I like her. I like her. She just seems like a good person. The goddamn the guy who plays Leonard, Chad, Jimmy Galecki. I remember watching Jimmy Galecki way back in the day. Remember, I love Rose. That's another great laugh track sitcom, Chad. It was ended before like Raymond even started. Roseanne, like he played Darlene's boyfriend in that show, David. I know he came back for like the Connors of the Roseanne that one season that she was on there, and then they took her off because she's a racist. And then they had the Connors. But I love Jimmy Galecki. This is a good guy. I just like this guy. There's very good tidbits. Funny you mentioned that my mom and sister are watching Flight 10. Oh, there you go, as you type. So clearly a lot of people are like, I haven't watched it myself, but I heard good things about it. I love Roseanne too, James. I grew up with Roseanne and watched the reruns and everything like that. It was a great show. That was very much the blue collar family. It was the same with like All in the Children. Like all those were very similar. What was the not All in the Children? What was it? What was the goddamn show? That was called, they had children in the title. I forget yet. So many goddamn sitcoms, Chad, back in the day. But I watched it. He was great in that. And some of these other guys, like Jim Parsons, who Married with Children. That's it. Thank you, James. Thank you. They all run. I was thinking All in the Family. I can mind All in the. Yeah, never mind. We're not going to inside all the children. We got to go inside all the children, Chad. We got to go inside them. No, don't do that, Chad. No, that's not going to go on fucking ABC at the 7 o'clock slot chat on Thursdays. Don't do it, okay? But even Jim Parsons as Sheldon, who is the standout star of the series, who I just fucking despise eventually. Like, he's a good actor. He's been in things, shit. He is a good actor. And some of the other people I think are they're good people. I have no anger towards anybody or anyone who acted in this show. They had a shit ton of guest stars, of course, chat. Thank you, Dark Side of the 5 Minutes. We gotta remember the geek culture hadn't reached mainstream. That's true. That's true, Chad, because I'm watching the show, I was like, wow, this show is dated. Because I thought, oh, yeah, Big Bang Theory started like 2010 or 2011 or something. No, it started in 2007, Chad. Like the first episode, they're making MySpace jokes. Facebook wasn't even a thing at this point. They're making MySpace. I was like, holy shit, this is old. And I'm like, and it does not age well for the most part. And even some of the humor where even how they regard certain characters who are transgender. There's a lot of transvestite jokes, and I'm just like, ooh, this is not aging well. This is not very good. So it's like, yeah. Latin Wave, what's a MySpace? Let me tell you. The only way I could tell you, chat, is by talking about doing a scene by scene breakdown, chat, for the Big Bang Theory episode 1, just the pilot. It has no name, chat. So you kind of got my overall opinion on the series itself, chat. Like most of you fell off after the 3rd season. You just realized this isn't for me. My taste in comedy were changing during this time too, and it's evolved since then, or devolved depending on how you want to look at it, chat. But this just wasn't for me. But hey, I'm not hateful. Like, These actors, you know, they went on to great success, Chad. Man, they were earning like $2 million per episode, Chad. And this series had like goddamn 20 episodes per season, so they were making a fucking mint. So I'm not hating them for the success, Chad. It's like, you know, good for them, good for the supporting cast and everything. You know, they did very well for themselves, Chad. So I'm not hating on their success at all. It's just not for me, chat. But we start out, chat. We start out with the two lead actors of this show, chat. Again, Jimmy Galecki's playing Dr. Leonard Hofstetter, chat. Hofstetter, okay? He is the straight man of the show, and he is joined by his compatriot, chat, and friend and roommate, Dr. Sheldon Cooper, chat, played by Jim Parsons, chat. You're thinking, oh, what are they going to do on this first episode, chat? Are we going to kind of learn about how they came together, the relationship, how they moved in? No, chat, no. What they're doing is they're going to sell their semen for money. See, that's when I told you about how Chuck Lorre likes to do a lot of sexual themed humor, chat. We are starting right off the bat with them jerking it into a fucking cup, chat, and selling it for money. That's hot. That's the first scene in the movie, or in the show, where they're walking to the goddamn sperm bank, okay? And the thing is, you know, Sheldon, he's like, Leonard, honestly, he's doing the whole, it's like, Leonard, he's doing the whole, I'm not going to speak like he fucking does, chat, because I will drive myself insane if I do so. I will not be able to complete this review. He feels uncomfortable about jerking it into a cup and selling his seed to the population of the United States, because he's saying, it's like, listen, you know, it's like, yes, we have our genetic structure, it's possible that our brood, that our offspring will have much success, but we don't know the type of environment that they're going to live in. We don't know if the fucking mom is gonna be a fucking idiot, okay, if we're not there. So I feel a little uncomfortable about this. But Leonard's like, Sheldon, we need faster internet, okay? And Sheldon's like, I mean, I do have to download those extra features of Battlestar Galactica Season 2 that I couldn't get off the DVD. I mean, we need the faster internet, chat. We need to get those extra features from Battlestar Galactica Season 2, okay? It's obvious, chat. So we gotta jerk it into a cup. So they enter, chat, the office, which all these fucking sets look the same, chat. All these sets look the same. And this repurposed them. And they go talk to the secretary, chat, at the jerking station. And she's like, do you want to jerk today, guys? And they're like, we want to jerk off everyone. Like, excellent, okay. But she's like, I'll be with you in just a minute. I'm just working on my break. My break right now is I work on a crossword puzzle. And Leonard, he wants to start jerking like really soon. So he just fucking solves the crossword puzzle. She's like, fuck, I just want to enjoy myself. Can I have a few moments, okay, when I don't have to deal with fucking people jerking off all the time? She's like, I'm sorry, I didn't know. It's like, I'm sure you're sorry. Sign these forms out, okay? Because you got to sign forms, chat, before you start jerking it off into a cup. Thank you, Doug, for the 5 biddies. These fuckers have high-paying jobs. They don't need the petty jerking. I know, they're well, honestly, no, they're professors, so I don't know if they made tenure yet at this point. But who knows what they're being paid at these universities? I legitimately don't know. I know they live in Los Angeles. I know they live in Los Angeles, and they have to have roommates. So apparently they're not paid. I think it's set up that they're not paid very well. I think for the jobs they have, they're more passionate about their work than about the money. So I don't think they are, actually. But anyway, have you ever done the jerk? I mean, who hasn't done the jerk? Everyone's done the jerk. Everyone's done the jerk. If you haven't done the jerk, then you're a liar. The jerk, or the female version, whatever, chat. We've all done it. Don't lie to yourself. I'm not lying to you right now, okay? I'm not lying to you. I never lie to you, chat. I never lie to you. So, you know, they're filling out these forms, and Sheldon, he's concerned because, you know, it's nature versus nurture. He's having this argument with Leonard, and eventually Leonard just shut the fuck up. Okay, we'll just leave. The thing is, though, Chad, they're very awkward about sex. They're very awkward, and so can we just walk out? We'll be okay. And they're like, let's just try it. And they put down the forms and everything. They're walking out, and the lady at the secretary, guest doesn't looked up, says, have a nice day, gentlemen. They're like, thank you, and they leave awkwardly, Chad. And then, Chad, we have the theme song. I should serenade you with the theme song, chat. Yeah, they have Young Sheldon. Is that show still going on, Young Sheldon? Isn't that kid 27 now? Isn't he like as old as Tobey Maguire was when he made the first Spider-Man movie? Isn't he like 45 at this point? I think he's 45, chat. I think he's 45. I think that's how Young Sheldon is, chat. But let's go ahead and see. I'm gonna sing you the Big Bang Theory song, chat. I'm gonna sing it to you. No, I'm gonna sing it to you. Don't fucking deny me the song. He's actually 75. Oh my lord! Oh, this review has gone off the rails already, chat. Okay, here we go, chat. I'm gonna sing you. There's a lot of lyrics to this song. Why is there so many lyrics? Oh my God, our whole universe was in a hot, dense state. Then nearly 14 billion years ago, expansion started. Wait, the earth began to cool, the autotrophs began to drool, Neanderthals developed too as we built the wall, we built the pyramids, math, science, history, unraveling the mysteries that all started with the Big Bang. Hey, there you go, Chad. After that, we see Leonard and Sheldon, Chad, making their way to back. They're in their apartment complex. The elevator doesn't work, Chad. The elevator doesn't fix itself. I read this. It does not fix itself, Chad, until the last episode, I believe, of season, I don't know, 15. I think there's 15 seasons. And the episode, it's a running gag, chat. The elevator's been broken since episode 1, the pilot. And it doesn't get fixed until the very last episode, like episode 20 of season 15. And they fucking did it, yes! And they're going up the stairs and they're talking and everything about how maybe we should have jerked off in those cups. They earn extra money, chat. And they're going to the apartment. But then they see the open. Why is this weird? We see an open door, chat. Their neighbor has moved out, chat. She was as they say, a transvestite named Phil or Felina. And like this joke has not aged very well. And but they see, chat, in place of Felina, there is a very attractive Kaylee Coco, chat, their new neighbor, and she just has the door wide open, chat, and she's wearing these really short cut off jean shorts, chat, showing a lot of that thick thigh, or a lot of the thick thigh of Kaylee Coco, chat. She's got a cute shirt on showing off the bazungas, chat. They're very pronounced and right in your face. It's like this girl likes to showcase her body, and that's fine with me. It's fine with me. And fucking Leonard and Sheldon just they're drooling, chat. I drooled on myself a little bit. They're drooling at her. They're like, oh my God. And Leonard's like, maybe, let's say hi. And Sheldon's like, why? He's like, let's just go say hi. They walk up and you go, hi, neighbor. And Penny's just like, oh, hi, nice. And she's being normal, chat. She's being very kind. She's like, how you guys doing? And he's like, we're your new neighbors. Just like typical awkward, asocial geek stereotype, nerd stereotype, chat. And like, we're your new neighbors. You're so pretty. And she's like, okay. And you're like, well, we're right across the way. She's that's great. And if you need anything, you just let us know. And she's like, okay, have a nice day. I'm just gonna continue unpacking. And they're like, cool. And then she closed the door because it's awkward and shit. And then Leonard's like, maybe we should have invited her over like for some lunch or something. Sheldon's like, why? Why would we do that? And she's like, because it's a new neighbor and everything. And he's like, we didn't do that for Phil/Felina. And he's like, well, maybe we should have. Maybe we should have been more understanding, okay? And Sheldon's like, fair enough. And he's like, you're not just inviting her over because you want to engage in the hot, sweaty sex, or as they say, chat, the coitus, chat, the coitus. They want to engage in the coitus, chat. It's like a scientific term for the hot, sweaty sex. And he's like, no, I don't want to engage in the coitus with her. I just want to be nice. I want to be her friend. And he's like, Sheldon's like, you're a fucking liar. But okay, let's do it. Because they ordered some Indian food. They got some curry and stuff like that. That sounds great. And so Leonard goes back in with Sheldon. They knock on the door and opens, and he goes, hi, Penny. Just wanted to, say how you doing. And she's like, I'm doing okay since we talked like 5 minutes ago. And, he's like, well, that's great. We have some Indian food, actually Indian food. We just wondering if you may want some, you might be hungry or something. And Sheldon pipes in. Sheldon's like, don't worry, I got this. I'm going to help you here. It's like, it'll be excellent if you have to pass a bowel movement. That's perfect. If your bowels are having trouble, you'll be able to it'll help whatever you got going on down there. And Leonard's just like, shut the fuck up. Thank you for the 5 minutes. Now that you mentioned, they don't portray anyone well in this series. They portray jocks as idiots, pretty women as sluts, and teen nerds awkward, shy, and horny as fuck. All of it. No one really is positive. Like Penny initially is kind of portrayed positively, but then she gets just dragged down as well. She's like, she's a little awkward, and Sheldon, Leonard's just like, ignore him. He's just, it's just a joke. It was a joke. She's like, it's funny. Poop jokes are hilarious. And he's like, yeah, do you want to come eat some Indian food? She's like, you know what? That sounds great. Let's go. And they go over there, chat, and they're both staring at her like she's so pretty. And she sits down and everything, but then they walk in. And she sees all the cool, geeky stuff. She's like, oh my God, you guys, look at all of this stuff in here. It's like, is that from Star Wars? And, Sheldon's like, no, it's from season 2 of Battlestar Galactica. And she's like, that's not Princess Leia. He goes, no, this is Katie Sackhoff as Starbuck in the rebooted Battlestar Galactica series. He's like, well, she looks really cool. And he's like, yes. She is really cool. And she's like, oh, okay. And then she sees like these big dry erase boards of all the maths on them. And she's like, don't go with the maths. And Sheldon is, oh, by the way, Sheldon is like eventually in the series, he's like very dismissive. And Penny, he wants to sleep with Penny in this episode. Like he's like, I want to impress her. And he goes, oh yeah, thank you. Yes, this is my board. And he's trying to show. He's like, wow, you must be like really smart. And he's like, well, I mean, you know. I speak science speak is, you know, I work at this university and everything, and I'm going through my tenure right now. She's like, I'm so happy for you. That's amazing. He goes, well, thank you. Like, he's actually being nice. He gets worse as the series goes along. And Leonard, he also wants to have coitus with Penny, and he's like, look at my maths board, and it's all filled with more maths. And she's like, wow, Leonard, your maths is really good. And then fucking Leonard and fucking Sheldon start arguing about their maths chat. She's like, well, this is awkward, let's have some food. And so she sits down, chat, but the thing is though, oh, she fucked up, chat. Rule number 1 has been broken in the Sheldon and Leonard apartment chat. Fucking Penny is sitting in Sheldon's spot shit on the couch. And Sheldon, he goes, you're sitting in my spot. And she's like, well, just come sit next to me. And it's just like, oh, like sit next to me. Like, isn't that be nice? Right next to me, next to these thick thighs. And he's like, but still my spot though. Even though he wants to have the hot and sweaty sex chat, he is so OCD. He has intense, obsessive compulsive disorder. He needs to sit in the spot. And you know, Leonard's just like, it's a thing with him. And he's like, it's not just a thing, Leonard. Okay, during the winter time, it's close enough to the radiator where I don't sweat, but I stay warm consistently. During the summer, there's a nice crossbeam from the window to the door, and it feels nice. Okay, this spot. I have analyzed this spot for quite some time, and I've chosen it for my buttocks to be there. And Penny, you seem like a nice person, but that is my spot. And Leonard's just like, Sheldon, just sit down anywhere. And he's like, and eventually, Chad, he just sits down. He's just super awkward. He's just like, he's like atrophied and shit. But they all start eating the food and everything. Having a good time, but then, Penny asks about Leonard and Sheldon, about what they do and maths, and eventually, but Leonard's just like, he doesn't want to talk about himself because, it's rude, of course, he says, well, what about you, again, welcome our building, but what are you doing? And she goes, well, I work at the Cheesecake Factory, and then Sheldon's like, it's like, don't be rude, man, don't be rude, okay, fucking, that kind of, listen. Servers, that's a very difficult job. They gotta deal with people all fucking day. They gotta deal with rude people all day. They gotta deal with the goddamn kids. That kind of position, that kind of job is hard, all right? So don't fucking snicker and all that shit. And he doesn't really snicker all that much. He's like, oh, really? And then, she's like, I work at the Cheesecake Factory. It's what I've been doing. And Leonard's like, I love cheesecake. And fucking Sheldon just puts, you're lactose intolerant. He's like, I like the idea of cheesecake, Sheldon, okay? I'm happy for other people to enjoy the cheesecake, even though I may not consume it because I may explode because of the gaseous fumes building up in my bowels. So leave me the fuck alone. He's like, all right, fuck, I'll back off. And so continuing going back and forth. He's like, what else are you doing, Penny? Well, she's like, I'm working on this new screenplay about this girl who moved from Kansas to Los Angeles and who broke up with her boyfriend, her abusive boyfriend, and is working at the Cheesecake Factory. And Leonard's just like, oh, is this about you? She goes, no, I'm from Omaha. And he goes, yeah, of course, yes. But then, Chad, she starts breaking down in tears. She's like, my life is terrible. And he's like, don't cry. And Sheldon's like, I'm just eating my fucking curry. I don't give a shit. I don't understand human emotion. And Leonard's just like, oh, what's wrong? Please don't cry, pretty girl. And he's like, I'm sorry. I'm just very emotional right now. I've been with my boyfriend for like 4 years, okay? That's like going to high school for 4 years. And Sheldon's like, it took you 4 years to graduate high school. And Leonard's like, shut the fuck up, Sheldon. And she's like, I mean, I was living with him for so long, but he was just such a jerk. And I just decided to say, screw it. Just do this for yourself. And I moved away, and I know I'm better for it, but I hate him, but I just like him so much. I just can't help it. The sex. Oh my God, the sex. You won't even believe how good it was. Leonard's like, oh, okay. Thanks for telling me. And she's like, I'm just so sorry. And she goes over to like their little, their kitchenette, and she gets like these paper towels and dabs her eyes. And Leonard's just, Sheldon, what should I do? Should I talk to her? He goes, do you think I know how to talk to women, man? I'm eating my fucking curry right now. Okay, you talk to her. And fucking Leonard goes over, and he starts doing math speak. He's like, well, I mean, think of it this way. I mean, you live on this side of Los Angeles. You know how long it would take him to get over here? The distance that separates you, it's significant. It's significant in hindsight. You can possibly never see him again. She's like, oh, he's like, I fucked up. I don't know what to say. And Sheldon, he's actually the voice of reason. He's just be nice to her. Like, I love how Sheldon, eventually, he's like the voice of reason initially. And later in the series, he's just a goddamn monster, an unfeeling sociopath. This was kind of funny to see how they were still figuring out the character shit, and how Sheldon initially was very much he was weird, but he was very much the voice of reason for everyone. So it was like, when I remember in the show, he was just a fucking freak. So I like how it changed, the Bazinga guy, but he's very much not that yet. He's actually kind of sensible, which I thought, oh, that's kind of interesting. And so, Leonard, he naturally comforts her, Chad. He speaks to her as a human would. And she's like, Leonard, you're so nice. You're just so nice. Like, I've been so stressed out. And meeting you, Leonard, and meeting you, Sheldon, you invite me over, and you're having this Indian food. It's just great. Thank you. Listen, I'm just a complete mess. I'm a complete mess. I just haven't showered. Oh, I must smell so bad. Leonard's like, you smell really pretty. And he's like, thank you. But listen, I know it's awkward. I realized my shower doesn't even work in my apartment. The utility guy's not going to be here until till the weekend. So would you mind if I use your shower? And they're like, you bazinga. And Leonard's like, we wouldn't mind. Even Sheldon's like, I don't think that's very cleanly. And shut up, Sheldon. Shut the fuck up. And so he's like, I'm gonna take you this way. And, he goes, he shows her the bathroom, and, he comes back out after he shows the bathroom and everything. And Sheldon's just like, you are trying to engage in coitus with her. He's like, I'm not doing that. I'm just being a good friend. So you're friends now, but eventually she's a friend that you want to engage in coitus with. And he's like, yeah, maybe. He's like, oh, God, the lesser creatures of this world. You always thinking of sex. What of science? And Leonard's like, sex is also science. Science is sex. He's like, I don't want to hear it. I just want to watch Battlestar Galactica Season 2. And they proceed to watch that shit. But then who enters the fucking scene, chat? Howard and Raj, chat. Raj enter the scene, chat. And they enter the fucking, again, there's no fucking knocking or doorbell. They just walk right in. And they're like, guys, we have obtained a 1972 interview with goddamn Stephen Hawking before he started talking like a computer. And they're like, whoa, that sounds really cool. But Leonard's just like, guys, I don't know if right now is the best time. And then who fucking walks out, shit, only in a towel, chat. She's like, Leonard, Sheldon, I didn't know, but the shower head's not working. They're like, you, and they see her, chat. And the bazungas, they're like, woo. They're like, woo, there's like a little bit of cleavage right there. Only a towel, chat, upper thigh, chat. Only match covered the upper thigh. She's like, oh, hi. Oh, geez. Oh, God. Sorry, I didn't expect to see so many people here. And fucking Howard's a fucking creep in the show, goes, can I help you with that shower? She's like, okay. Well, I just, it's not working. And Leonard's like, Howard, stand down. I got this. And he starts talking French and shit. And it's like, this isn't funny. It's weird. And eventually he's like, I'll show you, Penny. I'll show you. And Howard's like, you have a woman here? Oh my God. I've never seen so. I never thought the day would come. And Sheldon's like, I don't see the big deal. And so they continue with their little conversations about Battlestar Galactica and Stephen Hawking before he became a computer. And he goes to the bathroom. Leonard goes to the bathroom with Penny, and he's like, "There, yeah, you just gotta jingle it a little bit. You gotta just jingle it, and eventually the shower head starts working." He's like, "Wow, thank you so much." And she goes in the shower. He's like, "Oh shit, okay, you're going inside. All right, cool. Well, if you need anything, just feel free to ask me." And he's about to leave, and she's like, Leonard, and she throws a towel over and everything, so she's completely naked. And he goes, yeah. She's like, I know this is gonna sound like really weird, and I know it's kind of dumb, just to ask this, because I know we just met, but I don't know, I've been going through a lot right now. And he goes, oh, it's okay. He's like, could I ask you for a favor? Would you mind? He's like, you could pretty much ask me for anything at this point. I would not mind. I would not mind. He's like, what's going to happen, Chad? And then we immediately hard fucking cut. And we are now in a car with Leonard and Sheldon, chat. And Sheldon's like, I can't believe you fucking agreed to this. And Leonard's, I couldn't help it. Did you see her nipples? Is that why? He's like, I did not see nipples, Sheldon, Lord. I didn't do it, but you saw something. He's like, it sounded sudsy. It's like, of course it sounded suddy. Of course it did. And he's like, and we learned, Chad, that Penny has asked Leonard to go to her ex-boyfriend's place to pick up her old TV, which is fucking weird, which is very fucking weird. And Sheldon's even like, this is weird. Why are we doing this? And Leonard is like, well, listen, she's stressed out, and it was a bad breakup, and he might be abusive. I don't know. I think it'll be better if we just go. And Sheldon's like, this is not going to end well. And Leonard's like, it'll be fine. It'll be fine. And so they go to the apartment, chat, and they, it's a building, so you got to ring the person so they can let you in. She has like an electronic lock. And they ring, and the guy's like, what's up? And he goes, hi, sir. My name is Leonard, and I'm with my friend Sheldon. We are two humans. And you might know a person named Penny. He's like, fuck that bitch. And he's like, yeah, I know that you're on, weird terms right now, but we just want to. She's a friend of ours. We just, we met, but it's we're friends. I say we're friends, right? Sheldon's like, you talk, man, you talk. He's like, all right. We just, she asked us if we could pick up her old TV that you still have in your possession. Yeah, fuck that bitch. I'm keeping the TV. And he fucking hangs up. And he go, well, Sheldon's like, let's just fucking go. And Leonard's just, no, we got to get the TV for her. He's like. He said, no, we're not going to break and entering in here. He's like, Leonard's like, I need to do this. He's like, you just want to engage in coitus. He's like, yes, I want to engage in coitus. I want to be a friend, but I want to eventually engage in coitus. Okay, he's like, nah, I shouldn't do that. And eventually he's trying to open the door. Can't do it, Chad. Electronic lock. Sheldon's like, it's locked. He's like, I know it's locked, okay? I know. It's like, but we're both scientists, okay? We got our fucking doctorates when we were like 19 years old. Okay, I think we can solve an electronic door. And these people just fucking walk right by and walk in because they're in the building. They live in the building. And they fucking go in. Thank you! Thank you so much. Who is this new friend? Nori Ramirez, welcome to stream. You're my new Huckleberry. Hope you're doing very well. You're currently in the middle of my review for Big Bang Theory, episode 1. I do TV episode reviews. This is on Saturdays. This is the most latest one. I've done many, but this is the latest one. And so they go inside. They're like, goo. So these normies walked in, no problem. Eventually, we cut back to the apartment chat with Penny, Raj, and Howard. Penny, she is done sudsing everything, and she's rinsed herself off, and she looks great. I'm gonna tell you right now. And so she's out there, and she's hanging out with both of them. She's like, so what do you do, Raj? Raj is like, Raj can't speak to women apparently, Chet, because she's like, okay. Howard's like, oh, he can't speak to you, and she's like, oh, I'm sorry, I thought he might. I'm sorry, I assumed you spoke English. My apologies. And he's like, no, he can't speak to women. So he can't, for the entire series, Chet, he can't speak to fucking women. That's his thing. She goes, oh, okay, but fucking Howard's like, but I am native in many tons. And it was gross when I first saw it, Chad. It's gross right now. Jesus Christ. She's like, wow, that's really nice. So what do you guys do? And, fucking she's showing them all geek stuff, Chad, showing them like World of Warcraft, all the typical things. Eventually, we cut back to Sheldon and Leonard, chat, and they're now in the apartment. They're knocking the door of Penny's ex, and he opens the fucking door, chat. It's this giant gorilla of a man, chat. His arms are so fucking huge. He waddles, like, what's up? And they're like, oh, God, you're large. Hi, we spoke downstairs via the intercom. And we were friends with Penny. We're here to pick up the TV. She's like, I told you to fuck off. He's like, we realize that, but that's Penny's property, and we could just take the TV, and we can go, and there won't be any issue. He goes, I have another idea. And chat, I'm not even joking. I'm not even joking with you. The next scene is them without any pants on, chat, and without any underwear. Just a shirt cock in it. So what went down in that apartment complex? I ask you, chat. And they seemed like, well, that didn't work. Well, that one didn't work very well. Now, did it? But thankfully, they have a spare pair of underwear and boxers in the car. And I'm like, what? So I guess they raped them? I guess he raped. I don't know. I guess he had his way with them, chat. He's, I'll give you something. They're like, no. And I guess that's what happened. So there they get back to the apartment. Sheldon, he's wearing these little tighty whities and everything. Leonard, he's wearing his boxers, and they're going up the stairs in defeat because the elevator's broken, chat, because it's always broken till the finale of the series. And they're going up there in defeat, and they're like, well, these people can tell Penny we tried and everything. And they go inside the fucking apartment and everything. And they see Howard and Raj showing off the World of Warcraft characters, and Howard's just like, maybe we can go on a virtual date. It's quite common in the world of the Warcraft. And she's like, I love video games. I really like Zelda. I played Zelda a lot back in the day, and Mario. And he goes, those are baby games compared to World of Warcraft. She's like, okay, that's great. And then she turns around, thank you. Thank you, Dark Side, the 5 days. I'm going to fuck you till you love me. That's kind of what I think the situation that happened. And she turns around and sees like, oh my God, he took your pants and underwear, didn't he? He goes, yeah, he did do that. He did that to like everyone. Anytime I'd have any like guy friends, he would always do that for some reason. I should have told you guys. And Sheldon's like, yeah, you should have told us that. It's a little weird. And he's like, I'm so sorry, but let me just say, I put you into this and you didn't have to, but that was so sweet of you. Seriously, I didn't know what I was thinking. You guys have been so great. All of you have been so great to me. And she fucking doesn't call Howard and Raj because they're fucking creepy. But she hugs Leonard and she hugs Sheldon. And they're like, oh, nice little hug. And she's like, listen, I feel so bad for what happened. Dinner is on me tonight, okay? Let's go get dinner. You pick the place. Price is no big deal, okay? And she's like, I'll see you later. And she's like, strutting her stuff, chat, showing off them hips. And Leonard's just like, he looks away, chat. She goes in the out the door to her apartment, and he's like, oh my God, our babies are gonna be beautiful and brainy. And Sheldon's just like, yeah, your imaginary babies. He's like, shut the fuck up, Sheldon. And of course they close the door, chat. End of the episode, but no, they always have a stinger, chat. They always have a stinger, and we're inside the car, chat. And, Leonard's driving around. He's like, what about Thai? Is Thai good, Penny? She's like, yeah, whatever you guys want. Thai food sounds great. And Sheldon's just like, no. And Leonard's just like, why do you have a problem with Thai? And he's like, we had Indian food, okay, that was already one spicy dish. I need a palate cleanser. He's like, Sheldon, it's not a big deal. Let's just get Thai. He's like, there are, Thai dishes that aren't spicy. He's like, yes, but the best Thai dishes are spicy. And so if we're going to go, I expect when we're going to a restaurant, I'm going to get the best dishes, which typically are spicy Thai food. And now you're going to deny me getting the best. He's like, just get whatever the fuck you want, okay? We're going to get Thai food. And then Howard starts saying like, Penny, many of the Thai places around Los Angeles, they also have karaoke bars. And then he just starts singing a fucking song, Chad. He's just starting, Kiss from a Rose. And I was like, no, it's haunting me again, not Kiss from a Rose. And that, my friends, that it ends with that, cut to black, Chad. And Penny just laughing, actually Kaylee Coco laughing as Howard attempts to sing Kiss from a Rose, Chad. But that, my friends, that is the Big Bang Theory episode 1, season 1, chat. The start of a 15-season saga, chat. I will say, listen, the humor in this is not aged very well. Also, there's a reference to MySpace where, because Sheldon, Leonard says, we should have more friends. And Sheldon's like, I have hundreds of friends. He's like, not on MySpace, Sheldon. So MySpace was still a thing back then, chat. So the humor is very dated at this point, which you expect. It's a show from the mid-2000s is going to be. Well, some of the jokes have not aged well. The creep factor with most of the guys seeing like hot girl must have sex. It's like, yeah, it's, it's, all right. Like, yeah, of course, you see a beautiful woman. It's like, oh my God, I want to talk to her. I want to, engage conversation, all that sort of relationship. I get that. But it's just like, must have sex. It's like, all right, take it easy. Put your fucking pants. All right, see your fucking hard on already. And even though the episode opened up with them, it's about them jerking off into a cup for money. It's just like, okay. However, I will say this, like, there is chemistry between, especially right now, between Jimmy Galecki and Jim Parsons and Kaylee Coco. There is. I sense that. Now what they're given to do is great, obviously, but there is that chemistry. I think I kept a lot of people going watching the show. And so I imagine it was the same for Raj and Howard. There's not in the episode very long. And so I do see what worked about this series for so many people. like there. But for myself, it's not good. It's not good. At the I think the highest I can go, Chad, is like a low rental. It's a low rental, Chad. That's what I would give it on. And it's an award-winning show. It won a shit ton of awards, Chad. Won over 40 awards across its lifetime. So it's pretty goddamn popular. There's no doubt about that. But for me, it's not big. It's not for me. But I give it a low rental, Chad. It had some nice little wholesome moments, but overall, not a fan, Chad. Of the Big Bang Theory season 1, episode 1, the pilot episode. Randall, how much do you for you to never review another episode of the show? I could review a new series. I could do another episode. 1,000 biddies. Deadpool, all the cast is good. The writing, yeah, exactly. The cast, the actors are all good. It's just the writing is awful. The writers are the true villains of the series, Chad. That's what it is. I don't get this running joke in the films and show with nerds and sperm banks. Yeah, I don't get it either. I wonder why so many loved it. I don't know. I feel I used to love Big Bang Theory. I bought a Lego set for my birthday. These days, I don't even dislike or hate it. This is kind of nothing. I don't even hate this episode. It's just like, okay, it exists. I didn't hate it. I imagine there'll be some other ones that I hate. I'll give you the pilot of Breaking Bad. I'll do that. Yeah, of course. The Kid of Christmas Vacation is like, that's right. Jimmy Galecki played, because they recast Rusty every movie. In the Christmas Vacation, that is a very, very young Jimmy Galecki chap. Yep, indeed. Never like 2.5 Men either. Yeah, 2.5 Men is very similar to Big Bang Theory. Very crass, sexual-themed humor. Which, I'm saying nothing's wrong with that. I'm just not a... It takes its toll on you. It's just like, this is all this is. But I'm good to see you. Do you think the show suffers from overexposure? Big Bang Theory? Honestly, I think it suffers just from bad writing. That's what it was. I mean, it became overexposed because it became so popular. It hit the mainstream. There's no doubt about that. Still in the pop culture zeitgeist. Only ended about, 2 years ago. So it's still popular to this day. Their incels get it. Oh, hey, Big Bang Theory. Yeah. Marvel made me, being a nerd, hip. Maybe Blake deserved better than Big Bang Theory. She was the most seasoned actress. And that's true. I remember her as a child. That's right. Blossom, right? Was it her? There we go, Chad. That was Big Bang Theory Season 1, Episode 1, the pilot. Hope you enjoyed it, Chad. I'll be doing another episode of a TV series next Saturday, Chad. But for right now, my friends, I will refresh my beverage. And I'll be back in a bit.